Why do you support Trump?
Uh, what he's done with energy, so he revoked the electric vehicle mandate, and thus it made oil and gas prosper, and we are now the number one exporter of oil in the world.
When did we have an EV mandate?
Well, I guess we didn't have one, but it was headed towards that way. Under the Biden administration, he wanted to have electric mandate, which is true with electric cars. He wanted to have all electric cars by I think it was 2035 or something like that.
Appreciate the galaxy.
Um,
So he stopped something that never even went into effect in the first place?
no, I supported him because if Harris would have got elected, it would have been a continuance of what he wanted with the electric vehicle mandate.
So you understand that would be by 2035, which wouldn't even happen under Harris's term, right?
Correct, but it'd be towards the end,
No,
almost.
not even.
5 years. It's good now, but it been but they
And
would
by the way,
implement a
the
policy to get there.
2035 cutoff is for production, not even usage or anything like that. That's just for production.
Okay, but it doesn't matter because it still
It
would have went
does.
that way. Let me ask you this: would you agree with the electric vehicle mandate where every car had to be electric?
And by that time, I don't have a problem with that.
Well, then that hurts us with the
That's in
oil
terms of
industry.
production.
Yeah, so you're for. This is why I didn't vote because the Democrats are for electric vehicle mandates
But that's not in the short term. So why are you voting on something that's not going to impact this term?
because the oil and gas industry. We are now the number one exporter in oil. Can you admit that? Like that's a good thing, correct?
I mean, it depends on the condition, right? Obviously, like the number one export of oil is going to be true regardless, right?
We
Like
are.
that's not just unique to the Trump administration. That was also true under the Democrats, right?
But it happened under his administration. And under the Trump administration, we are booming in terms of oil production.
Okay. Wait, so where'd you get this number that we're number one?
It was on the internet. I think it was Reuters, whatever it's called, Reuters. I don't know.
Reuters?
Reuters.
You read Reuters?
Yeah, they're actually one of the best or one of the best news sources. If you I would say.
I would agree with you, honestly, in typical circumstances. Um, yeah, so yeah, the as of right now, the US is, but you know that's because of the Strait of Hormuz being closed, right?
Correct. By any means possible, as long as you get it.
Actually. So, if it's because the Strait of Hormuz is closed and that's a temporary thing that Trump wants to prevent, then how is that because of Trump in a good or positive way? Because that's leading to higher prices for consumers. That's one thing I was going to tell you about exporting, is that that's distributors in this country sending oil from this country to other countries instead of using it here at home, which causes oil prices to go up within our country. That's why oil prices went up here.
Yeah, you might pay a little bit more, but the country would blossom because it's profit for the country.
No, it's better for
So
those oil companies.
yeah, but we're also making profits off that.
The oil companies are.
Yes, but then they also buy into the USA to drill more oil. That's the whole point. It's reciprocal.
Okay. Now, do you see higher levels of production? Because it seems
Yes.
like it's just going to be relative to the particular things that could be built right now, because it's not necessarily going to be for sure going to be existing around where they would create some sort of production line simply just for this, right? It takes a lot of time to build those production, right?
Yeah, it takes time. It takes time to build anything. That's great. But it's a good thing. It's a positive thing. I don't understand how you think it's a negative.
How I think, wait, what do you think I'm saying is negative?
You're saying it's because the Strait of Hormuz is closed. I'm saying
Yeah.
is it's
You think that's
okay.
a
I'm saying
negative, right?
well,
You
first
agree
of
with
all,
me that's a negative, right? That the Strait of Hormuz is closed?
it doesn't affect the USA. It
It
affects
does.
China and Russia.
It
Not as
literally
much as it
does.
affects China. Okay, but you're going to tell me
So
it
then,
affects the USA more than China and
so
Russia?
then
No,
why is Trump wanting to open the Strait of Hormuz?
because he wants to control the Strait of Hormuz. First of all, no one controlled the Strait of Hormuz prior to this
He didn't
Iran
even
war.
have that in
Iran,
the agreement that he was about to sign. That only fell through because of the fact that Israel was attacking Lebanon.
yeah. So the agreement you saw is not the agreement that he has, right? So he hasn't released the agreement. So basically, people are just acting off a hearsay what they believe is in the agreement.
No, the
Okay,
agreement was released. It was. It just was undermined because of Israel.
who released the who released it?
The U.S.
Donald Trump and J.D. Vance, Trump administration released it?
Yes.
No, they didn't.
Yes, the Trump administration literally acknowledged that this was legitimate.
Yeah, and they also said
Look at
people are
14-point
saying,
plan. You know, Reuters, they have an article on this too.
yeah, they also probably put in there that the USA is giving Iran $300 billion and they're not.
Yeah, it is. No, it was what specifically Reuters put. Which, by the way, you should know if you actually read Reuters. is that they could get up to $300 billion for reconstruction from the Gulf states, which is what J.D. Vance said.
Yeah, but not us. The Gulf states. Not all of us.
The Gulf states, not all. Yeah, I never said it was the U.S. specifically. I said it was the Gulf states, but that's still giving Iran money. The whole issue that Trump had historically with the Iran nuclear deal was the sanction relief and the $1.7 billion that they got because we stole $400 million from them in an accrued interest, and we gave that back to them. So what you're not understanding is that, like, you gave them way more money. You gave them more sanction relief. You had $24 billion of sanction relief. You gave them hundreds of billions of dollars of access to funds from Gulf states if they literally engage in an Iran nuclear deal. So let's just be honest here, right? That's giving them money. It's not a deal where you're giving them no money. This whole idea that Iran getting money in the JCPOA makes it a bad deal is the most absurd, ridiculous thing ever.
So it's conflicting because Trump said that he's not giving Iran a single cent. And you're telling me that you saw where they're getting money. So it's conflicting. So that's neither here nor there because there's no agreement. So this is all hearsay. Basically everything that we're saying.
This is what J.D. Vance said, sir.
Do you have a clip of him saying this? The exact statement.
Yeah, I have plenty of articles I can cite to you of him saying this, of it literally showing you the quote of him saying this.
Okay, if you could just read it.
Okay.
Please.
Alrighty, yeah, so here's from The Hill. J.D. Vance says Iran could have access to $300 billion reconstruction fund.
Could have access, not is going to have access.
Yeah, that's exactly what I said, sir.
Okay, but that's not going to happen. You're just saying that.
No, the could have access is if they accepted the Iran nuclear deal.
It could, but he's not going to give it to them.
That's what they said they would do if they did what they wanted, which was to sign the nuclear deal.
Okay, so if Trump ripped up the whatever it's called, the Obama sign, for $1.7 billion, he was pissed about that, right? Why would he then give them $300 billion? See how it's convoluted logic? They're not getting that money.
Well, that's cause Trump goes back on his word all the time. Would you like to hear an example of him going back on his word that actually is very comical? That the fact that you didn't think about this is pretty interesting. Take a listen to this real quick. And it's ironic how many people forgot about this.
No more wars. I'm going to keep you out of wars. I kept you out of wars. I'm not going to start a war. I'm going to stop wars. We don't need the wars. I will end the chaos in the Middle East. I will prevent World War III. We will expel the warmongers from our government. I will restore peace. Look at his rhetoric. I said, no, my rhetoric's going to keep us out of wars. We're ending wars all over this planet.
Yeah, but the thing is, you're forgetting, we're not in a war. This isn't a war.
We're not in a war? Really? So why did the Trump administration say it's a war? Why are we trying to negotiate a ceasefire?
It's a conflict. It's
Why
not a war.
Can you define what a war is?
Yeah, a war is, immense bloodshed, immense fighting, immense just craziness. This is essentially an orchestrated conflict. It is necessary to...
You said immense fighting. An orchestrated conflict is immense fighting.
This isn't immense fighting. War is boots on the ground, craziness. This is just drones.
So then why did Trump call it war? Why did Hegseth call it war? Why did Rubio call it war? Why did Vance call it war? Why did the entirety of the Trump administration acknowledge it as a war?
Well, lack of a better term. But it's not a war, right?
It is.
It's not a war.
It is. Because why are we negotiating a ceasefire then?
To stop the conflict, but it's not a war.
Yeah, but you understand that, like, not all conflict did we have to sign a... Like, for example, the Midnight Hammer strike about a year ago. Did we have to sign a ceasefire after that one to end the conflict? No, we didn't. We hit them, they hit our base, and it was done. That was it. That was literally it. That was a conflict. That did not need to be defined as a war because there was no ceasefire required to end it, okay? This is clearly a war. That's why there's a ceasefire to end it, okay? Like, the fact that you're denying it's a war at this point is comical. Like, why are you guys doing this? This is a war. Why are you doing this?
Explain to you why it's not a war.
Wait, so would you say that Trump has started no new wars?
Correct. He's actually ended wars. He actually ended the Pakistan.
By the way, everyone, I just want to let everyone know this is June 22nd, 2026, and this guy's claiming that Trump is still no new wars. And he's being serious. After Trump started a war with Iran, he's being totally serious. He's not trolling.
Did Trump end the Pakistan-India conflict, yes or no? Yes, he did. Okay, that's one he stopped.
No.
He did.
Both sides did not. Both sides did not agree.
India acknowledged it. Yes, they did.
No, both sides did not agree.
Then why are we having relationships with Pakistan right now? Why are they facilitating all these documents with Iran? Because they agree with us. Okay?
That doesn't mean they agree with us on all circumstances. And if anything, you now say that they're a good actor, but then claim that they didn't act good in the past when they said that Trump didn't help with the agreement.
India.
Oof.
We have a great relationship with India.
Okay,
The
but
leader of
that's
India,
of course that's not who we're questioning. We're questioning Pakistan.
yeah, he ended that war, first of all. And going back to what you were saying, the conflict, and back to what you were saying, this Iran conflict is not a war. Okay? There hasn't
It
been
is.
fighting for like a month. Okay? The
It's
USA is
we've
not.
wait. What do you mean for like a month? You know that we've been involved in this since the end of February, right? Like, can you do math?
Yeah, February 28th.
Yeah,
Correct.
you understand that, right? Like, and also, you know that service members have died in this, right? So you
Correct.
say
And
it's
that's
not a
horrible.
war, then why have U.S. service members died?
Look, I mean, I have family members who were service members. They passed away as well during normal operations. I mean, that's part of the oath you take to sign up.
Yeah, but
And
like
it's
they
unfortunate.
passed away in relation to the war, and you're just denying the fact that the war happened because you want to make yourself look better because you don't want to acknowledge that Trump started wars after claiming no new wars for so long. This is just
I'm
like
not
the
denying.
ultimate cope.
No, it's not. Like I said, it's horrible they passed away. It's horrible, 100%. What I'm saying is this is not a full scale bloodshed war. It's not a war. It's a
Wait,
conflict.
no, it is a war. It's just not a boots on the ground war.
No, it's not a war.
Yes, it is.
Okay, we have two different
So
relations.
so
What's your
when so
definition?
so when Ukraine is doing drone strikes, right, within or drone attacks specifically within Russia now, do you think that's not a war?
There was boots on the ground in Russia and Ukraine. You cannot compare the same.
No, but like there
There was
aren't any
boots on the ground.
Ukrainian boots within Russia.
There has been millions of soldiers who have died during that conflict. That is a war.
Okay. So wait, you said died in that conflict. So you can
Died in that
define a
war.
conflict as a
Died in that
war?
war. No, died in that war. Sorry, but there are millions of soldiers who have died in that war. That is a war. That's a territorial war. Okay.
Wait, so
This is
you're
not a
saying if
war.
service members die, then it's a war?
Oh my God, you're missing the point. Russia is trying to take over Ukraine. They are.
Wait, so what
They're
is the point?
boots.
So wait, no, what? So you're saying because they're trying to take over Ukraine? Okay, so how about this? Did you know that Trump has posted on Truth Social that Iran was a part of the United States of America as the 51st state?
Iran was a part of the USA in the 51st state. When did he
Yeah,
say this?
yeah, on Truth Social. This was a few months ago.
I mean, he says that for every country, I think, in the world now. I mean, that's just
He
how it
didn't say it for
talks.
every country. He said it for Canada, for Venezuela, for Greenland. The fact that he said it for so many countries maybe is a problem in of itself.
I mean, he just says that because he wants to run the country. He wants to run those countries.
He
He'd be
wants to
great leader of
run
those
those
countries.
countries. Huh,
Yeah,
wait, isn't that what you just said Russia was doing?
yeah. Russia wants to run Ukraine.
Oh, and you're saying that's why it was a war, right?
It's not comparison because Trump has not tried to take over its country. Russia is actively trying to take Ukraine. The USA is not operating in a full-scale war trying to take territories.
Okay, so you
Two different.
only acknowledge something as a war if there is active boots on the ground.
Boots on the ground, full-scale militias. Yes, that's not what this is. What they're
So
on
there's
at
never
all.
been a war outside of there being boots on the ground?
Full-scale drones, airplanes, boots on the ground. That's a war. Territory trying to take over. That's a war.
Do you think proxy war is war?
Proxy war. What is proxy war? What do you
Proxy
mean by
war,
proxy?
like you are funding someone else who's engaging in direct conflict and war with a particular adversary of yours
Does that mean that you're involved in the war as well? Is that what you're saying?
by funding.
Well, I mean, there's certain agreements that make you have to fund them. You don't have a choice. But that doesn't mean that you're essentially in the war. Like if
Okay.
I supply weapons to a country, does that mean I'm in the war? No, I'm just selling the weapons.
Sure. Maybe let's clarify this way. Let's go through a definition of war again. Would you like to try that again?
Yeah, give me yours.
No, go ahead. I was asking your definition of war again.
Okay, my definition of war is immense bloodshed, territorial, airplanes, drones, tanks.
Well, wait,
Whatever.
airplanes, drones, that's happening in Iran. So, have U.S. service members, 13, or I think it was 13 U.S. service members have died. Over 13. I think
Correct.
it's actually 15 last time I checked.
Yeah, but I would say that the reason why they passed away was because of lack of leadership on our side. I would say that they passed away. They didn't have to pass away. I think it was definitely an issue with the headset.
Wait.
Um,
So you don't think, like, you don't think that many lives lost, along with hundreds injured, is going to be enough bloodshed?
um, Casualty wise, I mean, any life is too many.
Okay, so boom, concession. Thank you very much. It's a war.
That's not. So if there was a mass SHOO,
Dude, I just
is
want
that
you
a
to be
war?
honest. Like, it's defined as a war by your administration. Can you just stop being annoying?
I'm not being annoying. This isn't a
You
war.
are. It is a war. Just because there's not boots on the ground doesn't mean it's not a war. Modern conflicts involve the use of airplanes, the navy, the use of warfare in the air, and specifically through the context of missiles and strikes, right? That's how it's operating right now. So it's still a war. It's just not boots on the ground.
A conflict.
It's
not
a war. It's also a conflict. Yes.
It is defined as a conflict. It's not a war. Okay.
Wait, so do you think all conflicts are not war? I don't know why you keep saying it's a
It
conflict.
takes it-
Why do you keep saying it's a conflict to say it's not war when it being a conflict doesn't mean it's not a war?
Because it takes an act of Congress to declare war.
Okay.
Presidents can declare war, but it really takes an act of Congress.
Okay. So
Correct?
you think no war can exist without Congress saying it's a war?
They have in the past, but in terms
Okay,
of
so there
this
has
is-
been war in the past without Congress saying it was war.
like the start of certain world wars, yes.
Oh, okay.
But
So then, regardless, your point is that war can be established without it being designated by the U.S. Congress.
It could be, but this is not grounds for a war. There is no territory trying
This
to be
is a
taken from
war,
the
bro.
USA.
Why are you denying this, bro? How ridiculous do you
let me
have
ask
to
you
be,
this.
bro? How long do we have to spend on this for you to be like, yeah, it's a war now? You said it has to be declared by Congress, and then I prove you wrong. It doesn't need to be declared by Congress. Okay, so then what's the definition?
What Israel is doing, that's what a war is. Yes.
No, tell me. No, I don't want to hear Israel doing. I want to hear what's the definition.
I just told you, like, unprovoked, immense bloodshed, airplanes, helicopters, tanks, drones.
Unprovoked,
boots on the
immense
ground.
bloodshed. That's what's happening. Trump started this.
Not by the USA, it's by Israel.
You know that Trump and the U.S. started this, or the U.S. and Israel started this. You know that, right?
The Israel started it, first of all. They need help
It
from
was the
USA.
U.S. and Israel
No, it
in
wasn't.
joint operations. That was what was defined by the Trump administration. You don't look into and research your own administration, do you?
I do. Is what Israel is doing with Palestine, is that considered a war? Yes. Palestine is at war with Israel.
I think it's
That is
considered a
war.
genocide.
Yes, that too. But Palestine is at war against Israel. That
No,
is a
you
war.
you could say Hamas is.
Hamas and the Palestinian citizens. are at war.
Palestinians are being actively killed at mass by
Correct.
the state of Israel.
Yes, yes. It's horrible. They are at war against that country. That is a war. They're trying to defend their homeland versus invaders like Israel. That is a war. Okay? Now do you see the difference?
So I think you just are trying to, again, point to something and be like, oh, if I point to what I think is an explanation, which, by the way, I was saying from your perspective, then that is going to then mean that it's going to be understood. No, I'm asking you for a specific definition. Could you provide a specific definition, sir?
I said it like 5 times. I said immense bloodshed, ground invasions, tanks, helicopters, drones. I don't know what else you need.
Wait, but tanks... Wait, so you think drones, the usage of Air Force and Navy, do you think that's enough?
And boots on the ground.
Okay, so there needs to be boots on the ground.
For a full-scale war, yes.
No. Not for full-scale war. For full-scale war. For just war in general.
Yeah, because that would mean it's very intense. Yeah, to get to that point. Yeah.
No. I'm
100%.
asking just for war in general, not full-scale war. For war in
No,
general.
The conflict. That is what you describe as a conflict.
Can you just tell me what war in general is?
Any war in the past we've had, the World War II, Cold War, those were wars. Why were they wars? Because
World
we're
War II.
fighting
So
for
do you think
freedom.
Vietnam was a war?
No, that was a Vietnam War.
No?
Yeah, that was a war. Yeah. That was a war. Yes. Vietnam was a war. Yes. Yeah.
Okay. But that wasn't declared by Congress?
Correct. It was a useless, stupid war that we never should have been a part of. But that was a war.
Okay, so then what defines it as a war?
We had ground invasions over there. In Vietnam.
Okay, so boots on the ground, okay? So you're saying if there isn't boots on the ground, then it isn't war.
Yes.
So we can be trying to take out a country's naval bases, oil, and all their natural resource things that they need, going after military bases, drone striking all of those things, trying to blow all of them up, and trying to facilitate revolution within the country while simultaneously doing a blockade around the country. And also the Trump administration that's doing these actions is calling it a war. That to you isn't a war just because there aren't people on the ground, even though there have been service members that have died?
Yes, because you're missing what war is. Okay, war is 24/7 constant battle.
That's not what
one-off
war
strike
is.
here-
That's never what war has been.
Has Russia attacked Ukraine every day for the past?
Wait.
4 years? Yes or no?
Wait, historically, there couldn't be attacks every single day, and war, when it was fought, the battles were fought not every single day. Okay? So I just want to be clear, right? Based upon your definition, plenty of historical wars were not wars.
Does Russia attack Ukraine every single day? Yes or no?
Yes, of course.
That is a war.
Of course. Now, all wars don't operate the same.
It's war.
Okay, do you think that you can say because in this war there were different characteristics than this war, that means that this isn't a war and that is, like, I just don't understand what that means. Wars can have different things that happen within them. Like, I don't know why you can't define that. Because World War I is different than World War II.
Because you haven't defined me how they haven't attacked each other every single day, Russia and Ukraine. Russia, Putin and Zelensky have agreed to certain ceasefire days in terms of holiday observances, yes. But aside from those 1 or 2 off days, they are fighting every single day. There is no breaks in between at all.
Was the Revolutionary War a war?
The Revolutionary War?
Yeah, was that a war?
I'm trying to think back to the Revolutionary War. So there was...
Wow,
was there boots on
he's
the
going to take in a while. Just give him a second, everyone.
Was there boots on the ground? What was the Revolutionary War over? I'm sorry, I'm not a history major. I know certain wars, but what was the Revolutionary War? We do this every day, man. Come on, just tell me.
Sir, it's where there was the Declaration of Independence, the separation of the colonies in the United States from mainland Britain. Do you remember this at all? Because of...
No.
You don't?
I'm sorry. No. So, the U.S. was fighting Britain?
Wait, I'm sorry. What?
I don't know what the Revolutionary War was. I don't.
Did you pay attention in history class at all?
I got A's. I really did.
You got A's, and you don't remember what the Revolutionary War is?
I graduated National Honor Society. I was top 10 in my class, but I don't know.
How the hell were you top 10 in your class if you don't know what the Revolutionary War is? Bro.
Yeah,
What is going on? Hey, that's like the top thing they teach you, bro. Because this is like they're trying to teach like pro-America and stuff. Like, you don't remember 1776?
No.
You don't remember the Revolutionary War? There's no way if you were an A student. That's like the main thing they told you to teach because they try to like Americanify our history, okay?
No, I know a lot about the history of our country. I just not familiar with this.
How the hell?
No.
You cannot... Okay, I'm sorry. I don't believe you if you say that you know a lot about the history of this country. If you don't know what the Revolutionary War is, given that you grew up and you went to public schools, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you, again, in every public school in America, they teach this. In every single one. Like, I actually, like...
I've been out of school for, like, I'm 28, so I've been out of school for 10 years, roughly, so I don't remember this one. No, I don't.
Okay. You know, I'm not going to harp on it too much, but geez, bro. Okay. But so did you remember it based upon when I explained it to you?
No, could you just give me, like, a certain, like, just brief synopsis so we can move forward?
Okay, so the colonies believed that there was taxation without representation, where they weren't represented specifically within the parliament, within the government in Britain, right? Yet they were being taxed, and that there were things specifically that were happening that were affecting their specifically religious freedoms. There was specific laws that allowed for particular soldiers to like literally just like live in your house. There's countless things. That's why we have these particular aspects in the Constitution, the amendments in the Constitution meant to prevent those things from happening. Can you tell me what July 4th is about?
Yeah, Declaration of Independence, yeah. When the U.S. got its freedom, yeah.
Okay. So you understand that's in the Revolutionary War, right? Like the Declaration of Independence, that is going to be like, that's at least what's historically viewed as like the beginning of the war.
Okay. But so the U.S. was fighting Britain. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
To get independence. Okay.
For
Now,
independence.
Okay, so what fighting was taking place? What were they fighting? Like, what was it? What was
Okay, I'm not explaining this anymore to you. I'm done,
Just
bro. You can figure this out yourself. Go look into it yourself.
Right, there you go. See how it was a conflict because they signed a peace treaty with no fighting involved. That wasn't a war. This is the Boston Tea Party you're talking about. I know what you're talking about now. Yeah, that wasn't a war.
The Revolutionary War is what I was referencing. Yes, it was a war by definition. Like historically, that's how it's used. If you want to say that, you know what? Go for it. It's just no one's gonna take you seriously, bro.
Okay. Well, what's the bigger conflict, Russia and Ukraine, or the Revolutionary War? Russia and Ukraine. So
you don't. What's a bigger conflict, World War I or World War II? Does that mean World War I isn't a war?
What the war because there was
Well, seriously, what's a bigger conflict, World War I or World War II? That means World War I isn't a war. It's just a conflict.
There was immense bloodshed in both.
Okay,
So
yeah,
that was a war.
there's been immense bloodshed in the war with Iran. What the do you mean by immense? Like, at what level of blood? How many liters of blood do we need to have in order for it to be too much? Jesus Christ, dude. Your
just
whole
proved you wrong,
administration
brother.
acknowledges it's a war, bro. This is just
I just
the most cope, bro. The reason why we're having this conversation is because, again, you were unwilling to acknowledge that this is a war because Trump literally went around saying, no new wars, actually, okay? You know, he went around saying that repeatedly, and you just can't acknowledge the fact that this
I
is going to
just
be
proved
a
you wrong,
war.
and now you're doing side quest. The Revolutionary War wasn't a war. Okay, it was a conflict, and now you want to talk about everything else. I proved you wrong.
You didn't prove me wrong. You skipped school, bro. Did you skip class? Is that what it is? You didn't pay attention?
I had senior skip days. That's neither here nor there. I'm saying that the
Hey, everybody,
Revolutionary War was
this
not a war.
war wasn't a war. I just want to let everyone know that. The
It's
war
not.
wasn't a war.
This war is not a war. It's a conflict. Any historian will tell you that.
Then why are you calling it a war?
I said it's a conflict. I said like
You
35
said
times.
this war is not a war. You called it a war.
Yeah, this classified war under your definition is not a war.
Okay, it is,
Yeah.
but
America.
so wait. By the way, you think that your definition, which by the way you can't even specify to me, because every single time you've specified some set of terminology, I've proven to you you don't actually hold to that terminology in that specific thing in all circumstances.
I explain it to you. Let me try and explain it to you better. It is a war. A fight. A war is a fight over territory. A war is immense bloodshed, 24/7 escalation. Whether
It is
be
not 24/7. Okay, come on. You're being ridiculous, bro. Okay, again, throughout history, that would not be true because of the fact that it took time to travel, okay? And the time between traveling to different areas to have those battles would then, under your mean that there wasn't 24/7 war. Therefore, it's not war under your view. Like, that's just ridiculous. And also, again, when you keep saying, it's a conflict, not a war, actually, okay? You saying it's a conflict doesn't mean it's not a war. I don't know why you keep repeating that. Okay, every war is a conflict, okay?
Sorry,
But not all
definitions.
conflicts are wars, okay? I understand that point, but that doesn't mean that you can say, oh, because it's a conflict, that means it's not a war. That's not how it works.
Oh my God. When the USA abducted Maduro from Venezuela, would Venezuela have had the right to declare war against the USA for doing that? Yes or no?
Would they have the right to do that?
Yeah, because we took their leader in the middle of the night. Would that be grounds for a war?
Well, technically, under their justification setting, that yes, they would see that as grounds.
Correct. So there you go. Because we did a ground invasion on Venezuela in the middle of the night, took their leader. Then that could be a war. That's a war. We took their leader.
So you think there was a war in Venezuela? So Trump has started a war.
No, I'm saying that's the difference between the two of them. I just proved you wrong again.
Well, you just said it
The
was
US
war. You just called it war. So then you think Trump started a war?
That could have been the grounds for a war.
Okay, so then
Yes.
so Trump started a war.
He did not start the war because there was no war.
Okay, so then what was your whole argument there?
That is what I just been trying to tell you for the last hour, whatever we've been talking about, half hour.
So wait,
Okay.
wait, is drone striking the Ayatollah not grounds for war?
It could be, yes. Yes.
Okay, so why do you think war didn't happen after that?
Because Iran doesn't have the power militarily to attack the USA. That's just the reality. So, but it could have been grounds for a war, yes.
Okay, they have been attacking the USA. That's why U.S. service members have died, sir.
Correct. But the USA service members most of them passed away was by U.S. air. It wasn't from Iran. It was air on our end, unfortunately.
Okay, but there were people who died outside of the context of error.
You're talking about the ones who got their plane shot down? Is that what you're talking
I
about?
was asking, are there?
I don't know. I just thought most of it was from the U.S. air.
So you think every single person who's died is just because the U.S. engaged in error?
There's no reason why U.S. service members should have passed away at all during this operation. Correct. Unfortunately, it happened.
Okay, so you think that it's not a war because every single service member that's been injured or is dead was injured because the U.S. did that to them.
It was systematical errors. It was coordinated errors.
All coordinated errors?
Yeah, it was. It was.
Can
it
you
was
think through that statement one more time? Coordinated errors?
Like it was schematical errors on our part. There was no reason why.
Were they purposeful?
It wasn't on purpose. It was.
So then
just
it
a
wasn't
mistake on our-
coordinated.
I meant okay. That was a bad word to use. I meant it
That's
was,
what I got,
like,
dude.
schematically
This is
designed
why, dude.
wrong.
There are people in the chat that think you're trolling. You're so crazy, bro.
I'm not crazy. I'm saying that there was no reason why U.S. service members should have passed away at all. That's horrible. What happened? I would say Pete Hegseth needs to be fired for that because he did the wrong thing. They shouldn't have been. They should have. We should.
You know
zero
what?
passion.
I'll take the Pete Hegseth should be fired. Did I just hear that right?
Correct. He should be fired. He should be fired a long time ago because he's the reason why U.S. members got killed.
You know what?
because of
You guys
this
heard it
ban.
here first, folks. MAGA's calling to fire Pete Hegseth.
They need to fire Pete Hegseth. He needs to go because he's the reason why it happened. There is no reason why in 2026 the most advanced country in the world has U.S. service members dying because of your error. There was no reason for him to pass away at all. At all. It's horrible. And Hegseth needs to be fired. He should have been fired.
Can we do the same thing with Trump?
No.
Why not?
Because Hegseth was the one who leaked classified documents with a text message app, whatever that was. And then he's also the reason why these service members passed away. They lost their lives because of him. It wasn't because of Trump, it was because of him. Because he's in charge of the Department of War. Trump gives the final order. But,
So, for example, if a member of the government gives up classified information, right, they should be fired.
it depends on what it is, but I mean, I
Okay,
would
so like,
say
what was in the Signal group chat that would be grounds for firing him?
our plans were in that group chat. Our coordinated.
So if there's classified plans that are released, then you would say that then that would be reason to say that a member of the government should be fired.
if it's a national security risk to our military or to our country, then yeah.
Okay. Okay, so if Trump gave up information, right, of any plans, classified information, would you then like say he should be fired?
Are you saying you have evidence of that? What's the evidence?
Him admitting it,
What did he say?
that he showed people
He showed people what?
what he said he would have declassified it if he could have.
Classified what? I don't know what you're talking about. Well, what?
The
Classified what?
documents he was showing people on his golf courses.
What documents, sir? Like
The
about
classified
what?
documents.
Classified documents of what information?
Well,
What was in
that's
the
not,
information?
sir. It's classified.
What information are you talking about? What classified information is it? What is it? What's the substance?
Sir, that's classified. I don't fucking know.
You don't know.
Yeah,
What if it was like an
because
illustration?
it's
of
classified,
something-
sir.
You don't make any sense. What if it was like information of like the White House, like just like pictures of it? I don't understand what. Anything can be classified.
So he's showing classified documents with information that's classified on them to people and saying he would have declassified it if he could have.
Yes. Is it militarily? Is it national security? What is it?
I would assume if it's classified, that's related to national security, right?
Yeah, images of the White House are classified too. I don't understand what it is. I don't know what you're talking about. Like
So
what?
you understand that he had a bunch of classified documents that were in his toilet at Mar-a-Lago.
Classified documents in his toilet. What do you mean by that?
Not in, sorry, in his room with the toilet, the bathroom, bro. Tina, thank you for the whale diving. Thank you very much.
What does it have
Dude,
to do
your
with anything? I
IQ
don't
is like
understand what
30. Like, I'm serious, bro. You have like
what is-
goldfish level IQ, bro.
Okay,
I have to like
I'm way
walk you
smarter
through
than
all
you.
of this. This is ridiculous.
I'm one of the smartest people in the world, so that's just a lie.
You're trolling. No, you're not. How many continents are there, sir?
7.
What are they?
North, South America, Europe, Asia, Africa, Australia, Antarctica.
Okay. Well, I'm surprised you knew that. How many branches of government are there?
3.
What are they?
Judicial, executive, legislative,
What are the two main bodies of the legislative branch?
House and Senate.
Okay. You've watched my stream before, have you?
No, I came from YouTube. So,
So you've never watched my stream before?
no, but they get the questions right.
Yeah, you did get those questions right. I'm surprised.
How about that?
But he apparently didn't know the Revolutionary War. Can you tell me what 11 squared is?
121?
Okay. You know what? I think you're the smartest Trump supporter I've ever talked to. You're right. Continue.
Yeah. Thanks.
Wow, this is the
But
smartest
yeah.
Trump supporter I've ever talked to, chat.
Yeah, but like I said, it depends what the classified information was. So if I showed you classified information of something in my possession, does that put the country at
I'm
risk?
impressed, everyone. The bar is below bedrock.
Yeah, but like I said, it depends what the classified information was. So,
Okay. But yeah, we wouldn't be able to know that because the information is classified, right?
okay. So I guess it's not a big issue, now is it?
So then, like, how do you know, like, what the classified information is in the Signal group chat? Did you see the Signal group chat?
Yes.
You did?
Well,
You've read? Have you read the message yourself?
It was leaked. Yes.
And
We
you
all
read
did.
you
We
read the
saw it.
messages.
We all saw it. Did you not see it?
Did you read the messages?
Yes.
You did? What did they say?
I could look it up. It was about the military, but
Okay.
it was photographic proof. Yes, there was photographic proof of it.
Sure.
It was
Sure.
very sure.
Yeah. Okay. How about this? I don't think we're ever going to be able to move past this whole thing where you think that it's a conflict and not a war, and you have these views. I don't see how I could ever convince you of that. Like, I feel like I've spent the last 30 minutes trying to do that.
Okay.
and it's not been very productive, I feel like.
Okay. Well, I mean, I support immigration.
You support immigration, so you want more immigration?
No, I support Trump's policies, or I support. Well, Trump doesn't have policies. But I support Trump's ways of handling immigration.
Can you name one of his policies?
He doesn't have a policy. His policy is just don't come here, and that scares them off. So I support that.
Okay,
Yeah, we
you
have
know
the
what,
lowest border
everyone, like,
crossings.
this is absurd.
We have lower border crossings, and their Biden
How
administration.
about this?
We had the highest
Is there anything Trump could do that would get you to stop supporting him?
Sure, if he walked in public and just live somebody, I think that'd be grounds to. But I mean, I guess he hasn't done yet. That I know. You know. So
Okay.
I don't know what this has to do with immigration though.
Wait, so what'd you say he could do that would get you to stop supporting him? Say it one more time.
If you unalive somebody or something like that.
If he unalive
but-
someone.
Yeah, I think.
So if I can prove to you that he has unalive someone, you'd stop supporting him?
on purpose for fun, I guess. If that's, do you have that?
Yeah, off the people off the coast of Venezuela where there was no evidence given to Congress that they had DRUGS in the first place. And even if they did, it would have made sense to detain them so that we could know about their intel operations or find intel about their operations rather than specifically just blowing them up and killing them.
I know what you're talking about. We had evidence of that. We had pictures. They used a satellite to show what was on that boat. We have evidence of that.
So no, it's not just one scenario. There's a bunch of different scenarios, and even so, right? I don't know what video you're referencing because most of the scenarios, right, you don't have anything that demonstrates that there were DRUGS on the boat. And even so, even if there is, I don't think that even makes sense to do so in that circumstance because you want to learn intel about their operations.
Yeah, I mean, I would support them getting to the coastline and then detaining them there and checking them.
Yeah, that's exactly what we'd want to do, but they decided to blow them up. And also, there's even situations of a double tap, right, where they tapped the boat, they blew it up, and then it was like literally no one could even use it. There were two people that were straggling, trying to hold on to the side of the boat for like 40 minutes. Instead of sending a rescue in specifically and detaining them, they decided to blow them up.
Yeah, I don't agree with that.
Okay,
I
so
just
like,
told that, yeah.
so you just said you wouldn't support him if he did that. That's what his administration did.
Yeah, I mean, I don't support that, but
Okay, so then you don't support Trump anymore.
I support some things he does, not everything.
I asked you, is there anything Trump could do that would get you to stop supporting him? You literally just said that would get you to stop supporting him, and then I literally brought up Trump did do this, and then now you still support him.
Certain things, yes, not everything.
Say that one more time?
Certain things, not everything. I don't know what it has to do with. I know what it has to do with immigration. But yeah.
No, I asked you if there's anything Trump could do that would get you to stop supporting him. You specifically said this. I demonstrated that Trump did that, and then you still say that you support him no matter that. So can you give me anything that he could actually do that would get you to say that you wouldn't vote for him?
Yeah, like I said, I don't support what he did with that at all. But that doesn't mean I should not support him fully. He was better than the alternative.
Yeah, I'm asking you, is there anything he could do that would get you to say that you wouldn't vote for him?
Not all the way. Probably not. I don't know.
No?
Not all the way. No.
No, so there's nothing he could do.
I mean, I wouldn't vote for a Democrat.
Okay, so you could just say that you wouldn't vote. Is there anything that would get you to choose that you wouldn't vote?
Yeah, if he had the same policies and ideas that Harris administration had, yeah, then I would.
The same policies.
Like the same ideas, yes. Actually, Harris actually copied Trump's policy. So, I
No,
mean, I guess he doesn't.
that's not what happened. Actually, Trump copied Bernie's policy.
Well, Bernie had great policies. I was a Bernie guy. Yeah, Bernie wanted free healthcare, and I supported Bernie.
So you like Bernie, but then you support Trump. You know,
Yes.
Bernie is closer to Harris, right?
He's
Ideologically.
not. Bernie and Trump actually get
Then why did
along.
Bernie tell you to vote for Harris?
That's his party. He was paid to do so.
He's paid to do so by who?
A lot of politicians. Come on, man. A lot of politicians are paid off. You kidding me?
Do you think I'm paid off?
No.
Okay, so am I
You're
just
not
not cool
politician.
enough to be paid off?
No, but I think your buddy is, though.
Who, Dean?
What's his name? Is that his name? Yeah.
How is Dean paid off?
He's paid off by DNC for sure.
Okay, how and why do you think that? You know, I got Dean into doing this, right?
Because his name is DNC Dean on TikTok.
Okay, you're trolling. We did
That's
that as
his
a
backup
joke.
name.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah. I told him to do that as a joke.
Oh, so you influenced him? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, we've been doing this for years. We're friends, and like I thought that was a funny name, and he created actually that account that he has, GNC Dean, that used to not even send out. Used to be an account that wouldn't even work. But remember, we had to create like a bunch of accounts because we would get bans all the time. And so he asked me like, "Oh, what should I do for my name?" I was like, "Dude, you should do DNC Dean."
Oh, so he was.
I'm pretty sure it was that, or it was something like that.
Yeah,
I
for
don't fully
exercising freedom of speech. Trump was banned for exercising his freedom of speech. So it looks like you guys are the ones who are unconstitutional because his freedom of speech is taken away from him. See that?
Repeat what you just said. That just didn't make any sense.
Okay, so you guys don't support free speech because Trump was banned for saying on Twitter back in the day for the former president speaking his mind. So you guys don't support the Constitution. You guys actually said that was a good thing that his Twitter got taken down. Your side of the aisle.
Oh,
Your guys'
that's
side
not the
cheered.
government taking it down.
It's
That's
not
the private
ideology.
company choosing to do so. Yeah, they were based for doing that.
Oh, so you agree with someone's freedom of speech being harbored?
That's not their freedom of speech being taken away. That's a private company.
All right.
Freedom of
So you
speech would be the
agree-
government restricting you from speaking.
Dude, oh my god. So you agree with a former president being banned on social media? You agree with that?
Yeah, that'd be base.
What did he do to get banned? What did he say? was
What
grounds
did
to
he do? I don't know. Like incite a violent insurrection at the Capitol.
Did he?
Get
Because he
70%
told
of the
everybody to go-
Republican Party to believe the election was stolen with no evidence.
That's funny because I remember he tweeted
Sending
to go
falsely
home.
to electors to electoral college to cast Trump votes when he didn't win to try to steal the election.
No, we're not going to go past that. He said to go home and not to cause violence. Did he not say that on X on Twitter? Yes, he did.
He said that
So don't
hours
put that on
after
him.
this has already happened for like a
Really?
while.
Because it was at like
And then
noon.
he also pardoned the violent rioters who beat police officers and he called them patriots.
Yeah, I don't agree with that part.
Oh, okay. So you do agree that like this was something he wanted,
I
right?
do not want this at all. No.
But then why did he pardon them?
Oh, actually, if you want to blame somebody for this, it'd be Nancy Pelosi because she was in charge of the
A nice Republican
was in-
talking point. Nancy Pelosi had no authority to do that. Let me ask you this question. If Nancy Pelosi is the one who had the authority to do that, and Trump doesn't have the authority alone to do that, why was Trump able to deploy the National Guard to states around the entire U.S. or to the border?
Nancy Pelosi. Was Nancy Pelosi in charge of the Capitol? that day?
Answer
Yes or
the
no?
question.
Okay, what is it again?
Why was
He
Trump
deployed
able to
National
deploy
Guard.
the National Guard to a bunch of states and specifically around the U.S., right? If it's specifically the authority of just Nancy Pelosi.
Because he's the president. He can do those things, but so can
Okay,
she.
so you
at the-
can
at
look
the
it up.
Capitol.
Even there's Reuters fact checks on the fact that she did not have the authority, right, to send the National Guard there or prevent the National Guard from going there. That's just
Yeah.
ridiculous. And secondly, again, Trump pardoned the violent rioters who beat police officers and called them patriots, meaning he wanted that to happen on that day.
Oh, so now you guys are pro National Guard. But whenever Trump sends them out right now, the cities, you guys don't agree with that.
I'm just acknowledging that Trump specifically was the one to be able to do it in that scenario, and it's not Nancy Pelosi.
Yeah. Okay. But I'm telling you that he told them to go home and not be violent. So. I
Yeah,
don't
but
know
like
which one you
hours
should-
after, and then he also pardoned the violent rioters who beat police officers and called them patriots. Why can't you acknowledge that?
Yeah,
You're acting like he didn't want. You're acting like he didn't want the violence on that day, but then him pardoning the violent rioters who beat police officers and calling them patriots indicates he clearly did.
Okay, I just told you. He told them to go home, and they didn't. So
Yeah,
if
yeah.
I'm in
Repeat
charge-
the same thing I've already debunked 4 times. If you say it one
Right,
more time, I'm
okay.
just gonna kick you, dude. Are you listening? Hello?
Yeah, I just told you. It was
So
wrong.
respond to what I said. Don't just repeat the same dumbass talking point you just repeated 3 times. Okay? Respond to what I just said after I literally critiqued it multiple times.
Yeah, he was wrong. Yes. You know what? He was.
Don't just say he's wrong. Tell me, what does that indicate that he wanted that to happen on that day? That he was
Perhaps.
okay with it happening on that day?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, if that indicates that, well then you can't say this thing of, oh, he didn't want it on that day. Oh, he wanted them to leave. Oh, that's like a bullshit argument that you know is not actually true, and you're so easily manipulated. I can't speak. You're actually proving Dean's point true in Jubilee. He made the point that men are more easily manipulated than women,
Not even
and men
close.
disproportionately voted for Trump comparative to women. So it
Hold
seems
on,
like
whoa.
that would be a pretty good reason to infer the fact that
Hey, men are not more manipulated.
that
than
men
women.
are more
That is
easily
crazy.
manipulated than women.
That is, men are more emotional than women, yes, but not more manipulated.
Men are
no.
more emotional, that's true, and they're more easily manipulated.
No. Hell no.
Yeah, they are.
What?
Yeah.
No. No.
Women are smarter on average. Women have higher emotional intelligence on average.
Our emotional intelligence correct. Smarter? No. No.
Emotional intelligence limits you from being emotionally manipulated.
Okay. How many CEOs are men compared to women?
What? That's not saying how many is not a question of who's the best. If you look at CEOs when they're women, they perform better.
Okay. Name 5 women CEOs.
I can't name 5 men CEOs.
Oh, come on. Yes.
I genuinely don't think I could.
Dude, kidding me?
I don't really like pay attention to CEOs like that.
Most of your technology that you're using right now was developed by men, CEOs. So there's 5
No,
right there.
CEOs don't develop the technology, genius.
I meant they run the company, yes, but I mean the owner.
Yeah, and
Most
every
of the
single
time is a man.
person that ever created, every single person that ever created, what created in the world was created through the context of pregnancy and birth, right? Which predominantly is from women, right?
Obviously.
Okay, so isn't that fundamental to how society operates to any greater extent than you'd be able to point to in terms of invention, especially when you yourself have never invented jack shit, and yet you try to take credit for other men's inventions? Like, that's embarrassing.
Have you invented anything? No.
Yes,
So
I
just
actually
to be
have the live stream you're on right now, bud.
okay, but you're using an app developed by another man. So
Yeah,
there is
but
that.
I invented the following. So like I invented
Okay,
the
I can invent.
platform.
Okay, I can invent a platform too and great followers. I don't know what you're saying.
Well, you haven't. So
Okay, so I am not a TikTok
so like
creator,
you're
so
not an
therefore,
inventor, right? So like can you tell me why you're trying to take credit for other men doing inventions and trying to act like that makes men better for some
you're
reason?
trying to say that women are more intelligent than the women are more intelligent than men. That's not even
It's true.
close.
It is true.
I don't know where you get this information from.
Women
Who
all have
invented all
higher
this?
IQ on average, higher EQ on average.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Okay. Name one thing a woman can do that a man can't besides good child.
I'm not claiming women can do things that men can't do. I'm claiming just women on average are better than men.
Go ask a woman to change a tire.
What? Women can change tires all the time.
On the
Why are
average,
you
men
asking
know how
that
to do
question?
it.
I can't change a tire. I'm a man.
You don't know how to change a tire?
No.
Oh.
No, I'd call someone to change the tire, sir. Why the fuck would I do
Oh,
that myself?
you can learn in 5 minutes on YouTube how to change a tire.
Well, I don't
The
care.
tools
I'd
are
call
already
someone to do it.
the tools are already, but it takes less time.
Okay, well
that
then,
helps our
you know,
privilege.
women can do that as well, right? So wait, so you just tried to use that as a joke against women, but then like literally like a man that you're talking to on the live doesn't know how to do that, yet there are plenty of women in the comment section that do know how to do that?
Let me guess, you have an electric vehicle too, right?
Have you ever called your mom for help?
Mechanically or physically? No.
Never?
I
Okay,
mean,
well,
she
I
really
have been
can't.
able to do that in my life. My mom is like super technical. She learned a bunch of that from my grandpa and like has always been like super technical my whole life, way more technical than my dad ever was.
Yeah, great for her.
Right?
Yeah,
So
it's
like
good for
if
her.
I wanted to call someone like my dad or mom about how to operate something or how to fix something, I'm probably gonna call my mom, right?
Okay, but on the average, they call their father for that,
So, okay,
right?
now you're talking about averages. So on average, women are smarter than men. On average, women have higher EQ than men. On average,
Oh,
women are better leaders than men. On average, women are
what?
less emotional than men. On average, women commit significantly less violent crime. Men account for over 90% of the violent crime.
I agree with that one. Yeah. But the leader part, no.
Hey, dude, it honestly like it. Do you think that men are better leaders than women?
Yes.
Okay, what makes you think that?
Because mostly every significant world leader in history was a man, even today. So I don't
Okay,
understand what
so
your argument
just
is.
because leaders throughout history have been men does not mean the best leaders are men. That's a naturalistic fallacy. Just because it has been a certain way does not mean it always should be that way or it's always
Okay,
best that way.
let me give you an example. So
Okay,
the
I have a question.
president
I have a
of
question. How about this? Most wars throughout history have they been started by men or women? That means if you want a peace president, you should vote for a woman.
but we haven't had a woman president, so you can never. That's just a assumption. That's not factual. You're just saying that.
Wait, but like again, you're making the claim that because it has been this way, that's how you should view it, regardless of the facts. But like women haven't been allowed into positions of power, so then why are you saying because men historically have been in those positions of power, that means that they're better?
They have been allowed
And you
this
see
in
how I
power.
just got you to cite that point that you literally wouldn't cite in this situation?
What was the women's fight for freedom in the
I knew
'60s
you were
about?
gonna cite that. It's actually so funny. You like are so
They're,
predictable.
you're making no sense. Women are in Congress. Yes or no? A woman can run for president. Yes or no? They just haven't been voted in. I don't understand what your argument is here. They have every right that we do. They don't get voted in as much. What are you
Not
gonna
to
do
bodily
about it?
autonomy, right? In plenty of states, right, people who are forced to go through pregnancies. That's not having the same rights as men.
Yeah, I don't agree with that.
Okay, so you say that that there's the same rights for men and women. False.
There's nothing a man can do that a woman can't do. We have freedom. That's the whole
Yeah,
point of this
yeah,
country.
they can choose whether or not they want to give their internal bodily resources to someone or not.
Uh, to be fair, it's not a blanket ban.
Right, this
It's in
guy
some states.
cooked,
Well, to be fair, it's not a blanket ban.
cooked,
You act like this is a blanket ban.
cooked,
It's in
bro.
some states.
It's in a bunch of states because of Trump putting people in the Supreme Court with the explicit reason of overturning Roe versus Wade.
Yeah, I just told you I don't agree with that. I'm not saying it's right. I'm saying it's in certain states. So if
But that's
you
because of Trump, and that is women
okay,
within the country have less rights than men. Sorry that hurts your feelings, but the facts
When it
don't give a
comes
shit about
when
your
it comes to
feelings, buddy.
but it comes to
Hey, buddy,
body
the facts
autonomy.
don't give a shit about your feelings.
Okay, when it comes to body autonomy, yes, but when it comes to
Oh,
like
that's a concession.
equal positions in the workforce, there's no discrepancy. It's
Wait,
the
so
same.
I want to hear, like, why do you think women are worse at leading than men? Because I think men
Okay,
are definitely worse at leading than women.
because the president of Mexico is a woman. Does she run Mexico, or does the CARTELS run Mexico?
Wait, none of this is evidence of anything. Like, for example, during 2018, Angela Merkel, the Chancellor of Germany, was crowned the leader of the free world, even when Trump was president, because of the fact that Trump was not respected around the world stage. Okay, so like, I
Who?
don't know why you'd specifically just point to one example where you can like pigeonhole like a specific example when there are countless women who have been leaders of countries all around the world that have been wildly successful in those positions of power
Okay, name
and
10
actually
leaders.
more respected than Trump.
Name 10 leaders. Name 10.
Again, I wouldn't be able to name 10 men.
You don't know 10 world leaders that are men?
Yeah, I'm not gonna just name 10 off the top of my head. If I could write them down, I probably could like come up with a list, and I don't even know if I'd be able to get 10 off the top of my head.
Okay. Well, you don't know more about history than I do then. So, there's that.
Can you name 10?
Yeah, if I had time.
Go ahead. Do it right now.
Donald Trump, Zelensky, Putin, who's the Indian guy? Fuck. That's 3. Pedro, Cuba. Maduro still is the acting
Wait, say their name again?
President Pedro of Cuba.
Okay.
Maduro is still the president of Colombia at this point in
Maduro's
time?
not currently. He's literally arrested, bro.
Yeah, but he's still the active president, though.
Wait, hold up. Did you just name Fidel Castro?
Pedro.
Oh, sorry.
Pedro.
I apologize. I read that in the comment section. I was like, wait, what? Yeah, President Pedro of Cuba. Okay.
Carney of Canada.
Wait.
Mark Carney of Canada. Pedro is Cuba or Colombia. I can't remember which one, but he's one of those 2.
Yeah, their name is definitely not Pedro.
Pedro?
No.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
Did you look up Cuba or Colombia?
I looked up Cuba.
Okay, now do Colombia.
Okay.
Petro, that's what it is. Petro. I saw in the comments.
So,
Petro.
by the way, you didn't even get their name right.
Pedro, same thing, man. Come on.
That's a big difference. And it's for a different country than you even mentioned. Okay. So how about
didn't
this?
even
Can you
know the
keep
first
keep
letter.
keep going. You only had like 4 already.
I said Trump, Carney, Pedro. Yeah. Zelensky.
That doesn't count.
Yes, it does.
No, it doesn't.
You didn't even know who that even was, so I told you that.
Petro is different from Pedro, and you said Cuba, not Colombia. That's a big fucking difference. Now, can you please keep going? It seems like you're looking it up at this point. You don't know. It seems like you're struggling, by the way.
Yeah, I'm struggling, so I'm not looking it up, obviously.
Asking
So I
for
had
10
Trump.
names is so ridiculous, bro. Like, do you see what I
Okay, well,
mean?
you didn't even get to 10.
You can't get to
Either.
5.
I did get to 5.
No, you didn't. You're at 4.
Trump, Carney, Pedro, Zelensky, Putin. That's 6.
Okay, that's still not 10. Let's just clarify.
Cure of UK. Cure, whatever his name is. Cure.
Again,
Cure.
saying whatever his name is and asking and waiting for the chat to give you the fucking answer is ridiculous.
Keir. Cure. Care.
And by the way, why are you asking me this question? I never claimed to know 10. The point that I was making is there are countless leaders around the world that have been more respected than Trump, and I gave an example. So you making a claim that that specifically men have been leaders historically, that's ridiculous.
Oh my God! You know that women want men leaders. They don't want a women leading them. You know that.
And one of the
right?
people you mentioned just resigned, by the way.
Okay, well he was still there. Doesn't matter.
He was, yes, you're right.
Yeah. Morocco of France, whatever his name is, Morocco, something like that. Anyway, yeah. Men are definitely smarter than women. It's not even. I don't know. who
You think
told
men are
that.
smarter than women?
Yeah, you should get your testosterone level checked if you think that they're not smart.
You know, I have higher testosterone than Trump.
Because you're 20 something.
Yeah, exactly. So then you think that Trump should get his testosterone checked because he's low T?
I wouldn't say he's low T.
He's low T, actually, okay? Low T, what can I say?
This past
Low
Saturday
T
after
Trump,
the
low T Trump, actually, okay?
This past Saturday after the UFC event, he got on a plane to France.
Why is he so low?
Mostly.
Can you answer the question? Like, why is Trump so low T, bro?
He's 80. I mean, your grandpa doesn't have high T either. I don't know what, but he
Yeah,
has
dude.
a-
So
he's
like
definitely
so like, do you think that makes him a worse leader because he's so low T?
no, because he takes a test booster.
Okay, so because he supplements testosterone. So he
I mean,
needs
he has
his
to.
gender affirming gender affirming care.
Sure. If that's what you
Duh,
want, fine.
gender affirming care, W, right?
Yeah. I'm just asking you, have you seen any 80-year-olds like do the stuff he does in a day? Not too many, right? So obviously he definitely has higher tests than
Hey
a
everybody,
typical
you just
80.
heard it here first, folks. Donald Trump is on gender affirming care.
Okay, who was better? Who was better? Like who had more tests? You think Joe Biden or Donald Trump? Donald Trump. So he has more than a typical 80-year-old, right?
Wait, repeat what you just said. I couldn't hear you again.
Who has higher tests? You think Joe Biden or Trump? Obviously Trump did.
Joe Biden.
So what? The dude slept half the day. He barely even left the
No,
place.
there are more clips of Trump falling asleep than Biden.
Oh my god.
Yeah, Biden 100% has higher T-bar.
You are just talking.
Have you ever
Okay.
seen Trump exercise?
No. No.
Have you seen Joe Biden exercise?
I haven't. No.
Yes, he has.
Okay,
People
what
try
did-
to make fun of him for doing exercise.
What exercise did this like what? What did he
He
do?
bikes.
He bikes. Okay. So just because you bike, does that mean you have higher tests than somebody?
Then Trump, yes.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Look at the way Trump walks. He doesn't sleep. Okay. He got on the plane at 2 a.m. red eye flight like we do. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, he's not a typical 80-year-old. Have you seen an 80-year-old typically? They're in nursing home. They're sleeping all day long. They drink their food. Like I don't understand why you think this guy is not.
My grandma is like 10 years older than Trump and is significantly more cognitively aware than Trump, has significantly more energy than Trump. Yeah, like it's not even close. And my grandma's like 10 years older than him.
Well, good for her. You know, but you know these are one in a million type of scenarios. Right? The typical 90-year-old person isn't your grandma. Right? They're sleeping all day long. They don't know where they are.
Okay,
So
I don't even know if I would define that. I don't know. My like I think that around the age of like 80, it's that I don't know if I would typically define that as the example, but I don't know. I'm
80?
not the person who's the most familiar with like what the standard is for like most 80-year-olds. I'm not
Okay,
familiar.
well, I used to work in a nursing home, so I can tell you firsthand experience that there are even some
You
70-year-olds.
you think that maybe that's going to be a little bit a bias of a sample?
because I worked around this? I think I would have more
No,
about.
no,
I would know
because
more
you're in
about it
a
than you
nursing
do.
home, sir.
Right, I would know more about this than you would.
Yeah, that's a biased sample, okay? Because of the individuals who are older, the individuals who are in a nursing home are going to be individuals who need the care, right?
Yeah,
Because it's really expensive. Nursing homes are really expensive. Okay,
Yeah,
so
it's
people
basically end of
people
life
aren't just
care,
sending
yes.
people there for fun.
No, they're saying that's their last resting place. Yes, nursing home. Yes, yeah.
Yeah, so like, can I just be clear? Like that's, thank you by the way for the galaxy, by the way. Thank you. So
Yeah,
like,
I mean, you don't have to be old to be in a nursing home. I took one of my patients was a 61-year-old person, right? So you don't have to be old to be in a nursing home. It's just I've never seen, you know, a person like him of his age act like do the things he does physically. On a daily basis, he doesn't sleep. Doesn't sleep.
you mean Trump?
Yeah.
He sleeps all the time. I've seen countless videos of him falling asleep.
Oh, with his eyes closed and the camera, I saw those. Too.
Yeah, of
You
him
can't-
literally going like,
Yeah. So when you look down, does that mean does it look like you're sleeping too?
no,
Look
no,
down
he
for
was
a
he was
second.
literally like this. You could like see his eyes shutting. He's like,
Yeah, and then people used to fall asleep in school too. Does that mean they're not coherent? They
well,
just didn't give a fuck.
you said that he wasn't falling asleep. I am saying he was falling asleep. It's true.
Okay, but if he was falling asleep, you never fall asleep at work sometimes or in school? Yeah, you did, man. I mean, come on. It's just an asinine argument, you know what I mean?
I think your brain is always asleep, bro.
No, I passed your IQ test. I'm one of the smartest people you know as a Trump supporter. Come on, man.
Yeah, that was a joke.
No, because I've seen some people we have on YouTube and they are dumb. I'm not that dumb.
Yeah, you happen to be one of them. You said you were from YouTube, right?
Yeah, I watch.
Yeah, so like maybe you're projecting there.
No, not at all.
Yeah, it
I
sounds like you were
graduated NHS.
describing yourself, sir.
I graduated NHS, top 10 in my class. So.
Yeah, and you didn't know what the Revolutionary War was.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm street smart. I'm school smart, man.
You're street
Correct.
smart? You're school smart? Can you
Yeah,
tell me
correct.
what market equilibrium is?
It's like you talk about economics now. Okay, so it has to do with market is what the market looks like as far as fair and balanced market, equal market. Yeah, that's basically what it is. Like
It's the intersection of supply and demand.
yeah, it's supply and demand balance.
So
yes.
let's see how street smart you are. I'm just genuinely curious. Like, what street smarts do you think you have?
I was raised in bad environments. So I know how to take care of myself. I'm just street smart. I'm situational aware.
Situationally aware. Okay, interesting. And you say you're book smart, like you're school smart. So what are
I
you
would say-
best school smart at?
My best class was probably you're gonna laugh. Probably English.
English?
Yeah, English. Yeah.
Okay. So you'd say that you're like pretty good at spelling things, right?
Correct.
Can you spell Israel?
ISRAEL.
Okay. Can you spell onomatopoeia?
Onomatopoeia. What the hell, man? No. What the heck is that?
Yeah,
No.
just spell it real quick.
Onomatopoeia. I don't know how to spell the Yita. I don't know how to spell that one, man. You got me on that one.
Okay.
That's pretty crazy. I don't think the average person knows how to spell that one, man.
Yeah, that's probably true. Probably true. Can you spell continent?
Continent. CONTINENT. I won the spelling bee in 5th grade.
What about restaurant?
Restaurant. REST. Let's see. It's gonna be either AU or UA. It's AURANT.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow, dude, he's passing his spelling bee, bro. He's so smart. He's so smart.
You gotta admit, I'm smarter than the average Trump person you talk to, for sure.
Can you tell me all the planets in order?
In order? Heck no. Not in order, man.
I thought you said you were school smart, bro.
I mean, the average person can't name. I mean, I can name them all, but I can't name them in order. No. No. I'm being honest with you, at least, right? So.
Okay, name them all.
Earth, Saturn, Mercury, Mars, Venus. Pluto is not a planet. I said Earth, Saturn. Did I name 6?
You named 5.
5. Earth, Mars, Mercury, Saturn, Uranus, Venus. Yeah, 6, 7. You're not counting Pluto. I think one of them was like a Greek god or something, like mythology, like Greekology. Neptune. That's it. Neptune. Neptune.
Okay, you're still missing some.
Jupiter.
Okay, you read that from the chat, didn't you?
I got that one from the chat. Yeah, I got that one. But
Yeah, this is the guy who thinks he's smarter than all women, by the way.
you're asking about things that people don't know, really. Let me ask you a question, okay?
Can I actually one more question?
I know.
How
I'm
many
fixing
how many
capitals.
how many holes do women typically have below the waist?
3.
What are they?
Whoa, you trying to get banned?
What are they?
Okay.
No, you can say it.
So we got you got the anus, and you got the pee hole.
Okay. Well, the urethra, you're right.
Can
I'm surprised you knew that. First Trump supporter to answer that correctly, by the way.
I ask you a question, since you think I'm dumb?
Because they always forget the urethra, by the way. Go ahead.
Let's see. What state are you in the West Coast? Well, you probably know this one. What's the capital of Nevada?
Is it Reno?
No.
What is it?
Carson City.
Oh.
South Dakota?
The capital of South. I don't know capitals, bro. I've never done capitals.
I memorized all my capitals, man.
You
Got
did
some
all of
on
them?
that
What's the
one.
capital of
Probably
Massachusetts?
Boston.
Okay. What's the capital of North Carolina?
Raleigh.
Okay. What's the capital of Oklahoma?
Oklahoma City.
What's the capital of Texas?
Austin.
What's the capital of California?
Sacramento.
What's the capital of Wisconsin?
Madison. I wanna say.
Alaska?
Juneau.
Okay. What about Ohio?
Columbus.
What?
Columbus.
Okay. What
Columbus.
about Iowa?
Des Moines.
Okay. Well, you memorized these recently.
Recently, I'm 28.
Well, so, by the way, he remembers this, but he doesn't remember the Revolutionary War.
Yeah, you got me on that one, man. But I do
Yeah, so I'm gonna be honest. You do have like the best memory out of like any Trump supporter I've ever debated. So I will give you that.
I don't do the whole Mary Jane thing, so it keeps me good. But
Well,
yeah,
I
man,
do, so.
Ooh, you're hurting yourself, man.
No, I'm loving myself.
Your body's not.
Yeah, my body feels great.
For now.
Yeah.
Maybe not in 10 years. So
No, I'll be fine in 10 years.
I hope so, man. It's not a really good exercise to do.
I think it's a pretty great exercise.
It's bad for your lungs, your brain, your blood flow. Not good.
I feel like it's pretty good for all those things. My brain feels pretty good. I'm just trolling you,
Yeah,
bro.
I mean, I guess I could see in your case because you do talk to some crazy people, and I would
Yeah,
probably
dude,
do the same if I were you.
it's necessary, bro.
Yeah.
It's necessary, bro.
Okay, man.
Mental health would be too bad if it didn't exist, bro.
Yeah, for sure. All right, man. Thanks for the talk, man. Appreciate you.
Wait, before you leave, one more thing.
Yeah.
Is there anything seriously that Trump could do that would get you to stop supporting him?
I haven't read anything that would. Unless you had any examples, I'm open to listen.
Yeah, like if he called for the of some Democrats.
A call for your that's pretty egregious. I probably wouldn't. What did he say?
You wouldn't support him. You wouldn't vote for him.
If he personally said that exact wordage, and
Like
then
if he said hang them,
hang them.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's horrible. That's terrible.
you wouldn't vote for him.
No, that's like Hitler. No.
So he did do that. There was a video of Democratic veterans in Congress saying, if you're given an unlawful order, don't follow it. And he responded to that video by saying that they are traitors and that they engaged in seditious behavior punishable by death. And then he reposted someone saying, hang them, George Washington would.
Yeah, that's horrible. No, I don't support that at all.
So you don't support Trump anymore?
No. That's horrible. What else you got?
Hey, you don't support Trump anymore. I appreciate you coming up.
Have a good day, sir.